Live. Yo, everybody, how you doing? Little Brunson here. Being back.
Yo, everybody doing? LB.
Yes, sir.
This has been way too long in the making.
Yeah, it's been
I'm
way
glad
too
we
long
finally
for sure,
can
man.
do it. I'm
For
glad
sure
we
it's been way
finally
too
can
long.
do it. And hopefully it'll be first of many times.
Absolutely, man. You already know, man. I've been wanting to do this for a long time with you, and now is the perfect time.
Definitely.
Because we are NFC East champions.
NFC East champs. World champs, maybe if we get a little lucky, but NFC East champs nonetheless.
NFC East champs, nobody can take that away from us. You know what they tried to do? What they tried to do, now that it dawns on me, they tried to put out the revenge tour. Oh, but it's alive. It's alive.
Right.
The revenge tour came back in the last 4 weeks, and we got this crazy matchup brewing with the Seahawks, who seem to always have our number. We got injuries happening all over the place, man. You know, just from you, an expert in this, man. What do you think is like the number one way that we can, diffuse the Seahawks offensive attack against our defensive attack?
Well, what scares me the most about Seattle is always Russell Wilson and his ability to create something out of nothing. Yeah. I mean, if he's probably the best guy at never taking a hit, staying alive, keeping plays alive, and then making a play. And I think that they're the decimated on running back. Marshawn Lynch does not scare me at all. But that vertical game, we've had so many problems down the field with big plays. And his ability to keep the plays alive with Metcalf, with Lockett, with those guys scare me. And if we can neutralize that, if we can contain Russell Wilson, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them bad.
Yeah, I think we're gonna beat them pretty convincingly. One thing I just came across on my phone, I seen Miles Sanders. He has I think they said a high grade ankle sprain.
Yeah, but they think he's going to play.
Oh, he's going to play.
I love Miles Sanders, dude. I'm such a big fan of his, man. What a steal that was.
And I'm so torn with this matchup because the one guy who I wanted so bad, I don't know if you've been watching my videos around draft time, is DK Metcalf, man. And that dude is coming into a zone. You know what I mean? You take Carson Wentz and then you take Russell Wilson. They're top two and I think QB are outside of the pocket. So they're both dangerous at extending the play. But I think our guy, Carson, has to extend the play to give these receivers a chance.
He does.
Yeah. The defense has been playing really good the last 4 weeks. Really good.
And they play better at home. So I think they're going to hold up. I don't think that Seattle's secondary is that good. Their pass rush hasn't been that great. This is like, here's how I see this whole thing, right? This is the tough game for me because if you can beat Seattle, and I don't think it's going to be easy, I think we'll win. But once you beat them, the way that the road is set up for the Eagles actually is perfect. Because here's the thing. You get Deshaun Jackson back, right? You might get Lane Johnson. You start getting some guys back. Let's say you beat Seattle. The only place I would want to go is San Francisco. Give me that team that has never been in the playoffs, coming off a bye week, no experience, just happy to be there against a team that has been to the Super Bowl, has veterans. That has the makings of an upset. Then you add Deshaun Jackson back in that. Now, if you win, and then the other game would be Green Bay, New Orleans. If Green Bay beats New Orleans, you got to go back to Green Bay where you already beat them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it could be the perfect scenario. Now, I'm
looking
ahead.
I mean, both roads, as you just explained, look pretty perfect. But the thing that scares me about possibly having to go to Green Bay is Aaron Rodgers, don't forget. He remembers who beat him at Lambeau.
He don't.
Aaron Rodgers will probably be on another level and on another mission trying to knock us out the situation. But can we beat the Seattle Seahawks? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, we could beat the Seattle Seahawks. I just don't think too many people want to come to the link right now. You know what I mean?
No, and they haven't been playing good football. I mean, they haven't been playing. They've been hurt, and we're playing our best football. I mean, if we were playing Seattle, I'll be honest, I would think that's going to be tough for us. We struggle there. But the fact that it's in Philly, I think we're going to win. I think we're definitely going to win.
And add to the point that, Seattle has all their games have been close. So them blowing us out would surprise me. They haven't blown anybody out this year. I think, in fact, the only team they beat over a touchdown was the Cardinals, and that's not really hard to do. They got a rookie quarterback.
Right.
Seattle was a few games away from underachieving, just like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
The ball didn't roll a few. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
our defense is playing so well right now. I'm so proud of those guys. We should get Jalen Mills back in this matchup. Sidney Jones has proven that he deserves to stay with us another year. Rasul Douglas, I think he's getting it together, man. But just to talk about the offensive side of the ball a little bit, man. Boston Scott, man, NFC Player of the Week. That's just ridiculous, man. A guy who came out of nowhere and just became Carson Wentz's wingman. Him and Miles Sanders, a rookie. And, it's ridiculous, man. These type of stories can only be written about the Philadelphia Eagles. The way that we take care of business in December.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable if you really think about what they've accomplished with nothing. I mean, with practice squad guys, and now we're talking about being a playoffs and having a chance, having a home game with a chance to win. To me, everything's gravy at this point. They've already showed me a lot this year, and the future is bright. And that's how I kind of look at it. And now go play pressure free. What do you have to lose? Let these guys go out and play, and let's see what they can do. Now, there are a couple things that I liked against the Giants was they actually threw the ball downfield a couple times late in that game. One to Robert Davis, and he made a catch. It got called back. And then you had the one to this kid Burnett. They just pulled off the street. Mm-hmm. Maybe we finally start stretching the field a little bit with some of these guys, and that could open a whole nother element that we haven't seen with this team all year.
And a lot of people don't understand, the ability to push the ball deep and work on that type of time. And you need a couple weeks to do that stuff, man, because Carson Wentz wasn't able to do that with just Greg Ward and Arcega-Whiteside. You need a couple weeks to see what you're working with, man. And Carson Wentz has weathered so many storms this year. Just in my opinion, the Eagles should have the top two guys and comeback player of the year. You got to give it to Brandon Brooks and Carson Wentz. They should be able to share it. I mean, it makes perfect sense, man. To be 5-7, to finish this season, a lot of people want to put a damper on it. Yeah, we didn't beat anybody worthwhile. Well, 2 weeks ago, the Cowboys were worthwhile to a lot of people. We made them extinct. You know what I mean? We're the reason why they're not worthwhile anymore. Yeah. In a division game in December is tough, period. So everybody was giving us their best shot, trying to knock us out of the playoffs. And we showed a lot of heart. Winning 4 games in a row, that's usually what it takes to win a Super Bowl if you got to go the wild card route. Those were do-or-die games. Those were
playoff games.
So which one? So I'm looking at this like, which one more? Oh, Seattle, another do-or-die game.
Right.
We're used to that.
We've been playing that for a month.
Exactly.
We've been playing that for a month. And let me tell you something too, because people talk about, Carson just really, he really turned it on the last 4 weeks of the season. Truth is he's been bringing them back all year. Guys were not making plays. Yeah. Guys were letting him down. And now these practice squad guys are taking advantage. And so now you're seeing him get wins, but he should have got one against Atlanta. Mm-hmm. He should have had one against Detroit. Yeah. He should have had multiple ones in which he did. He's been doing it all year, and they've let him down. So now it's nice to see guys. I don't care. They come practice squad off the street. You come and you make a play, then I love you. That's all I need.
I talked about that so much in my videos over the course of the season. People taking advantage of their opportunities. You know what I'm saying? When Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey went down, I thought Nelson Aguilar was going to go off. He just didn't take advantage of his opportunities. I didn't really expect much out of Arcega-Whiteside because he's a rookie. But that was Nelson Aguilar's chance to prove that even if we don't re-sign him, somebody else would have he would have, done what he was supposed to do. Now the Philadelphia Eagles have a situation on their hands. Ward got to come back. I'm sorry. It makes no sense. Yeah. Boston Scott has to come back in that Darren Sproles role. You know what I mean? Yeah. And now you start looking at guys like Burnett. Whoever makes a mark in these playoffs have to come back. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that concerns me about the Seattle game is not having a healthy Zach Ertz.
Yeah, and I heard he's pushing it, man. I heard he's trying everything he can to play. And it would be nice to get Zach Ertz back. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm not a doctor. I know nothing about a lacerated kidney. That don't sound good. So
it doesn't sound good. Because once you fracture a rib, that rib becomes sharp and it got the potential to poke something in there. So that's what they're worrying about.
Yeah.
And, Zach Ertz is a tough guy. He wants to go out there and battle, man. And just kudos to Zach Ertz and Fletcher Cox, man. Getting hurt in the last couple of games and still staying in the game and playing. You know what I mean? That's what it takes to get to this level, man.
Yeah, it does. It does. You got to give a lot of these guys a lot of credit, man. And I just wonder if we can survive long enough to start getting guys healthy, for a deeper run. And that's going to be the whole key. And I look at the Seattle game like, if you can just get through this game, get Deshaun Jackson back, then we're talking. Now we're talking, you know what I mean? Because all of a sudden you become scary.
Right. You get Deshaun Jackson back. They have to respect the deep route, which opens up everything else, which makes everything so easy for Carson Wentz. The coaches deserve a ton of credit too for where we are too. We can't forget about those guys because often in the season I wondered what the hell was Mike Groh thinking? What was the head coach thinking? What was the defensive coordinator thinking? And also our GM, man, I got to give respect to Howie Roseman for not bringing nobody in and keeping everything tight. You know what I mean? Not being an outside influence in. The one mark on Howie Roseman I will give is bringing in Orlando Scandrick. That dude is just.
Did you hear him? Did you hear that guy? Dude. He's still, man. He's still.
He won't. He just won't give it up. He will not give it up. He won't give it up.
And speaking of giving it up, Pizzle was talking about Mark Holmes having to bend the knee. Right. Mark Holmes has to bend the knee to us. He owes Carson Wentz an apology.
He does.
He owes him a big apology. Everything he said about Carson Wentz in all season was wrong, and was proven wrong this year.
It was proven wrong. It didn't even take a year to prove it, though. 500. That's what's so crazy. It took 4 weeks.
Yeah,
4 weeks. Everybody is talking about how much credit does Carson Wentz deserve. Is it Carson Wentz or is it anything else? I read a lot of my comments. A guy told me in one of my comments, well, Carson Wentz not doing anything special. It's mainly tight. It's mainly tight end and running back play. Well, I said, well, it's a couple teams in the NFL where a tight end is the leading wide receiver. Patrick Mahomes, leading receiver is a tight end. That guy was about to be MVP, Lamar Jackson, his leading receiver is a tight end.
Right.
Why is it so wrong for Carson Wentz to do that?
No, and look at the weapons they have around them.
Exactly.
Tyreek Hill, and then they got Hollywood Brown over there in Baltimore has a lot of weapons. So, I mean, Carson has the tight end, but that's all he has. It's all he's had for weeks and months, for the year.
I agree, man. It's just a testament to Zach Ertz, in my opinion. Zach Ertz never played with the number one wide receiver. So everything Zach Ertz gotten, he has to work for. He don't have no Tyreek Hill taking the top off the defense. Therefore, he could work in the middle and get easy completions. No, that's not what's happening. Zach Ertz is beating people off the ball and displaying amazing hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's just a soldier.
Look, dude, they've been doubling Ertz and putting the best corner on Ertz all year. The best corners on the team on Ertz.
Because they had no respect for our wide receivers once the guys went down.
No. Now, if we get to San Francisco and you get Deshaun back, and let's say somehow Ertz comes back, can you imagine all the space he has now? And then you look at a guy like a Miles Sanders who's already explosive and been explosive with nothing, getting all that space in front of him too, because Deshaun Jackson. The whole offense could totally change. It could in a week.
In a week, and oh my God, Dallas Goedert is making some of the most beautiful catches.
Oh, that one at the sideline, that pass and catch on the sideline versus the Giants was ridiculous.
I went to the game with my sister for the Redskins game in DC. That one hand catch he caught, I said, this guy is for real. Seeing it live, I said, this guy is for real. Carson Wentz is trusting these guys, and Carson Wentz is throwing it up to these guys like these guys have some type of resume in the NFL, and they are coming down with the catch. It's just beautiful to see, man. And I think I think we're riding really high, and I don't see any fear in this team. No fear.
No, and this team expects to win. Look, it's hard for me to imagine that a team like I don't care who it is, that you're going to come into Philly 2 times in a year and beat them on their home. It's not going to happen.
I don't think so.
It's not going to happen.
I don't think so. Doug Peterson gets better with less. When you give Doug Peterson too many options, that's when Doug starts to overthink, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Doug knows what he has. He knows he has to roll Carson Wentz out the pocket because he's the best in the league as far as QBR is concerned outside the pocket. And since he started doing that, and since he started using Miles Sanders in the screen game, and just the offense looks I don't want to get too ahead of myself, 500, but we look like we can go somewhere. You know what I mean?
I think we're scary. Like I said, I think to get deep into the playoffs and to beat some of these teams, you're going to have to get some guys back, like Deshaun and stuff, but it can happen. I mean, you get Deshaun, you start getting, maybe Ertz can come back, maybe Lane Johnson comes back. Things start happening, and all of a sudden, this team's really scary. And they could go deep. Why not? Why can't we? I mean, Giants did it at 9-7. Why can't we?
Exactly my point. So, as far as winning a division is concerned, I just want to know your thoughts on one thing. Do you believe that I probably know the question to this, but do you believe that the Dallas Cowboys were the more talented team? I have a hard time wrapping my head around that because, in my opinion, the more talented team would win the game against another 7-7 team. So what do we have that the Dallas Cowboys don't have? I like to say it's heart, but I think it's a little more than that.
Well, I think when you if you go, let's say, if you go like position by position, of course, on paper, it looks like, okay, Amari Cooper versus Greg Ward Jr., Gallup versus Robert Davis, Ezekiel Elliott. It looks like it, but you got to be able to play as a team. They're not a team. I don't think the coaching's as good. I don't think they play as a team as well. And I mean, look, they can talk about Carson all they want, but Dak Prescott came up small in that game.
He did.
He came up small.
He's going to wind up getting franchise tagged, and in a couple seasons, I can see him not even being the second best quarterback in that division, because I see some things out of Daniel Jones, but nothing I was never scared of. But back to our matchup this week. If we were able to stop, now the last two running backs we played were Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley. Both of them got shut down, in my opinion, with the exception of that 168-yard touchdown by Saquon.
Right.
The Seahawks don't have a chance at running the ball.
No. I mean, who they got? Marshawn Lynch. Both the guys that played us when we played them are out. They're both out.
They don't have a chance at running the ball.
They don't have a chance to run the ball. And I think with that, the only threat that I see is that vertical game downfield to Lockett, DK Metcalf. Will they run another trick play? And Russell Wilson's ability to stay on his feet and create, something out of nothing. And if we can contain him and that pass rush can get to him, it's going to be a long day for Seattle.
You're right, man. Let me give a quick shout out to all 499 of you guys, man, in the chat, man. Listening to me and Philly 500, man.
Yes, thank you for
chop
being
it up
here.
About this, this matchup, man. If you don't know who Philly 500 is, make sure you guys subscribe. I'm sure you know who he is. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate all the support from you guys, man. That's just real. You know what I'm saying? This is me on a more mellow note because I do like to talk football, but you know what it is. If we win, you know what's going to happen when we win because it's not
when we win.
You know what I mean?
We're winning.
Okay, so Jim Schwartz. If I'm Jim Schwartz, I don't put that pressure in the box like you did against Zeke and like you did against Saquon. I approach that differently because I think you really could stop Marshawn Lynch with your front four, and your linebackers. You know what I mean? I make sure the safeties. It has to be a point to have the safeties not let the cornerbacks get beat deep. You know what I mean? Sometimes Rasul Douglas gets caught peeking, and if you peek on DK Metcalf or Lockett, that's all she wrote. Because Daniel Jones missed a couple throws that were touchdown throws. Dak Prescott missed a couple throws that were touchdown throws. So we still got some tightening up to do as far as the secondary is concerned. But I think their running game is just they don't have a screen game or a running game. We got to contain Russell Wilson, and this game is done. It's done.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah,
if you can contain Russell Wilson, not give up those big plays, and I think they're going to give some up that we do every week. It's just a matter of not letting it kill you. I mean, Rasul Douglas, I always say he's a safety. I think he could be a really good safety because he struggles with speed wide receivers. So, maybe he'll do okay with a big guy like Lockett, or not Lockett, but DK Metcalf rather.
I don't know, man. I think DK ran something ridiculous, like a 4.3. He's just big.
He's fast.
Yeah,
and I mean, Sidney Jones, dude, has not played bad at all, in my opinion. I give him more of an opportunity before I give to Rasul Douglas at this point. That's just my opinion.
I would too, but Rasul Douglas does look more of a safety. But whose position is he going to take, man? Some of the hits that Roddy McLeod were laying down in that Giants game, I said, yeah, he's 100% healthy.
Yeah,
He's laying hits.
Yeah, he's not going to take anybody's position. Not this year. They're not going to move him anyways. So, we'll see. That's the part that scares me the most. And we don't give up a lot of points at home. We've done very good with that. So, if we can contain them, I think we win this game. I feel really good about this game.
I feel good about this game too. I felt a little more stressed out about the Giants game, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt a little weird about that. I knew we were going to beat the Cowboys, but this game right here, I just feel like, I don't think they got enough to beat us. And we're going to shock a lot of people, Sunday at 4:00 in Philly, man. I just think,
I expect us to win. I expect us to win. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a dogfight for 3 quarters. I think maybe towards the end of the fourth, we blow it open into a safe where the game's in hand. But I think we're going to win. I think a lot of people, especially in San Francisco, are going to start being like, oh, we got the Eagles. It's going to be a cakewalk and all this crap we're going to have to deal with. And then we're going to go and beat their ass too.
I think we're going to – I cannot wait. You know what I mean? I cannot wait, man. At the end of the day, what it all boils down to is this. Nobody's expecting a lot out of us. We've seen what we needed to see out of our franchise quarterback. A lot of young guys gained experience and earned playing time for next year. And I said this from the beginning of the season. If Carson Wentz gets into the playoffs this year, he needs these reps. Because 2020, especially when 2020, we're dangerous 2020. We're dangerous right now. You know what I mean?
We're very dangerous.
I just want this game to come so bad because we're going to crush these dudes, in my opinion. I just feel like we're going to crush them.
Yeah. Do you know who Elliott Shore Parks is?
Who's that?
Elliott Shore Parks.
Oh yeah, the dude with the Twitter handle.
That guy, he wrote on his Twitter today that Carson Wentz thrown for over 4K with no receivers with over 500 yards is not impressive.
So how come nobody else did it?
How come nobody else did it? How can you even say that? There's just some people that hate this guy no matter what. No matter what.
He's never done anything crazy off the field, on the field. What is the hate about? I'll tell you what it is. The hate stems from the passion that the fans have for the team. They don't like the fans, so they got to hate the franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The stuff that I've been reading on Twitter and some of this quote-unquote expert analysis is just beyond me. You know what I mean? I don't even watch ESPN. I watch your channel before I watch ESPN.
Yeah, I watch yours too. I don't watch it. I don't even watch it.
It's ridiculous. Going into the Giants matchup, I couldn't do anything but laugh, which is why I didn't really entertain Kyle Pizzle because it's like, we know how this is going to end. So I couldn't do nothing but laugh. It's like now all of a sudden the Giants got the capability to knock anybody off after they just beat, the Dolphins and the Redskins, who nobody want to even give us credit for playing. So they do it. They get credit for. I don't.
Yeah. No,
and as far as the Dolphins win is concerned, the Dolphins lost. I don't feel that bad about it. They beat the Patriots. They got the Patriots playing in the wild card week. So,
look, that Dolphins game was not because the Dolphins were so good. It was because we let them win. I'm telling you what, that whole game changed when it was 4th and 4. We're up 10-0, and then they get the touchdown pass to Parker. That changed the whole game. They don't get that. The game's over.
They found something. I was such a huge fan of Ronald Darby. I hate having to be so brutally honest about some players, but Ronald Darby was one of the weakest links on the team this year. His inability to just track a ball in the air sometime. I mean, he could run with anybody, but it's no use. It's no good. It's like having a fly running next to you. What's the fly going to do? Just be there? You're going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? He could not just knock a ball down to save his life, dude.
He couldn't do anything, man. He couldn't do anything. He'll fight for the ball after you caught it and you're on the ground already.
Yeah. Darby, I think Darby's gone. I don't think he'll be back.
Yeah, he's gone. What he did in the Super Bowl season was just how he got paid this year. You know what I mean?
And he's been hurt, man. Come back from torn ACL, then he's got all these other nagging injuries, then he's now hurt again. Yeah, it's too much, dude.
It's too much for sure. But Crevion LeBlanc definitely stepped up. We have Devontae Maddox is powering through. So every time he makes a tackle, he has to go to the blue tent. I just hope he gets healthy because him healthy, he's the problem.
That blue, I've never seen a line at a blue tent.
I didn't.
It's unbelievable.
It's like club blue tent. They like checking IDs to get you in the club. That's what the blue tent
It's
look like.
ridiculous, dude.
Crazy,
I've never seen a team have so many injuries in all my life. In all my life, never seen it.
It's like it doesn't even bother me anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't even bother me anymore. If Miles Sanders plays with Boston Scott, Jordan Howard should get some carries in this game because we need to be better at converting these 3rd and 1s. I think we're golden, brother. I think we're golden. Man.
Yeah, I think Miles Sanders playing big. If he plays with his, because he was playing good against the Giants, he had a couple of huge runs.
Yeah,
he's explosive. If he plays, I think we're fine. I think we're winning this game. I really do.
Yeah.
I've never been so confident in a playoff game.
Yeah, I think we're winning this game too. That's why it was so important for us to win a division because we get that home playoff game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in everybody saying it's the NFC least. Whoever was going to win is going to get put out. That does not apply to the colors that you and I wear. We're coming to play. We're coming to win. Yeah. And when Doug Peterson said that this is the new norm, he wasn't lying. This is 3 straight years of the Philadelphia Eagles being in the playoffs.
Right.
This is what we got to get used to, a winning football team. So,
I mean, you're going to have 3 straight years of going to the playoffs and getting out of the first round. They're going to win on Saturday or Sunday. Sunday.
So it'll be 3 straight years we eliminated somebody in the playoffs.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if you go in and beat San Francisco and you go to the NFC Championship game, it's going to be a dogfight, dude.
Yeah,
it's going to be a dogfight.
It's going to be a dogfight for sure, man. Before we part ways for the day, read some of these comments real quick. How's Miles going to play big coming off of an injury? It can happen. And shout out to everybody who donated. I haven't really been looking at the.
I mean, if Miles Sanders can't play and make big plays, they're not even going to put him out there. He may play hurt, but if he's playing, he can make plays. I don't buy that.
I agree. You know, I kind of think that you got to pick your poison with Boston Scott and Miles Sanders. Both guys got a target on their back. No linebacker is going to be able to cover those guys in coverage. You know, we haven't looked this dangerous in the backfield in a very long time.
No, very long.
Dangerous in the backfield in a very long time. You know.
Yeah, you're talking Shady and Sproles when they were together.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it feels like, man. You know what I mean? It's just an ankle. Yeah, true.
You wrap that ankle, he'll be fine. He'll be good to go. Once he moves, he'll be fine. I'm telling you, they're not going to play him if he's 50%. If he can't make moves and doesn't have any speed, they're not going to play him. So if he plays, he'll be fine.
Yeah, if he can't make his cuts, they're not going to play him at all. Zach Ertz playing would be huge. We definitely touched on that. I'm just impressed with the wide receivers have done. I'm impressed with Carson Wentz overall. You know, you know, as long as you got number 11, I think you got a chance. Carson Wentz for a touchdown pass every game. So
I agree with something you said the other day. You said Carson had the 2nd best year of any quarterback this year.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think you're exactly right.
I firmly believe it. Who's been hotter than him going down the stretch in these last 4 games? Nobody. You know, who had to deal with what he dealt with? You know what I mean? Single season. I mean, single digit interceptions. We're throwing to guys who don't even know the routes that well yet.
I know.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are saying stuff like this. I watched a lot of the tape on the Philadelphia Eagles this season. A lot of people are saying Carson was making bad throws. Well, sometimes you just got to throw it somewhere where nobody can get it.
Right.
You know, all he got to do is work on his fumbles. I don't want to have a fumble this game. You know, a smart guy like Pete Carroll was probably saying, like, don't go for the sack, go for the strip.
I'm sure,
Yeah, so he got to be aware of stuff like that, you know, stepping up in the pocket, just throwing it away. You know, I'm going to go with a score of 27 Eagles, 27-17 Eagles.
27-17 Eagles. I like it. I'm gonna say 27-2. I'm gonna say 27-20.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, the link is just going to be rocking, man. That makes a difference. And you got to take into account that those guys are coming from the West Coast, coming to the East Coast. We're already home rested. We just came from New York, a bus ride down the street. So I think we'll be in good shape, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I look at this game like whoever's going to have home field in this game is going to win this game. I would not want to play Seattle in Seattle.
No.
But play them in Philly, I'll take it any day of the week, man. I'll take it any day of the week. I love how the playoffs are set up for us. I really do.
All right, yeah.
So
you got anything going on your channel this week?
I'll have a video coming out later today, and then you know I kind of wing it most days. When I have something to say, I come on and I say it.
No, winging it is my middle name. I go up to the rooftop.
That's right.
My thing, man.
That's right. But I appreciate you having me on, man. This was awesome.
No doubt, man. No
and
doubt.
I hope we can do this a lot more. You know.
Oh, absolutely. We'll do a post game if you're up to it. We could do it on your channel. I'll text you. I'll walk you through how to do the StreamYard thing. It's absolutely amazing for any content creators, man. It's just cool, man. You know.
Yeah. So, definitely. Be awesome. All
right, guys, man. This is a farewell for now from me and 500.
See you, people.
Official video coming later, man.
Yes.
Let's get it. All right, guys.
Peace.